What's up guys, Barry Gaming here, back with some more AFK Journey, and today we're going to be talking about two things that actually just unlocked on our own account, as well as talk about artifacts in general, because even though we have new ones unlocking, don't necessarily know if they are useful. So let's jump into the game now. Let's take a look and see exactly what we've unlocked. Like I said, we've unlocked two of these very recently, and those are the artifacts. One of them was from the story campaign. The other one, I believe, was from Duras. The two of them are, though, the Cascade Spell and the Evocation Spell. So let's go over these ones first and see if they have any viability. They have attack, HP, and haste, pretty solid stats on Cascade. During the first 4 seconds of battle, increases 100 energy per second for the rearmost ally, so that can be good for an Alsa, a Carolina, anybody who's looking to get that ultimate skill off really quickly, heck, maybe even a Rowan. And then all debuffs inflicted on that hero will be dispelled when the energy hits full. That is really awesome. As you get it upgraded, of course, you get more energy and such, and we're close to getting level 15 unlocked, but you do have to get to Resonance 240 in the season to unlock any of these extra powers. It'll also increase the hero's attack, so again, putting that like in Carolina might sound absolutely insane. Pretty cool, but this does have some niche uses. I don't think it's going to be used an absolute ton, because some of the other ones that we're going to talk about are just really awesome, but the Cascade Spell does have potential. Attack and haste are really good potentially for bossing if you're trying to get like really crazy high amounts of energy and get a very quick ultimate off. This could be good. However, it does seem like it says only during the first 4 seconds of battle, and after that it kind of just drops off, besides of course the first 8 seconds after getting full energy. I think it'll have some uses, but again, I don't think this is going to have like a ton of impact right away. The second one is the Evocation Spell. So this again, attack, HP, crit, really good stats for offensive with the attack and the crit. And it says this one's really interesting. 3 seconds into battle, it summons a Mauler spirit every 12 seconds in sequence, empowering all allied heroes on the battlefield. So this goes in a certain order. First, you get the Bull effect, which grants a shield that absorbs damage equal to 45% of the team attack. That's actually pretty good for survivability purposes. Lion is the second one with attack by 25% for 4 seconds. Bear gives life drain, so it's like as the battle goes on, you do more attack. Then you get some life drain. Then it increases haste at the end of battle, which is interesting. And the duration does increase as you go down further. It will also reduce the skill cooldown by certain things, instead of 12 seconds down to 10. And this one actually has a pretty cool effect. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like in combat real quick. We're kind of stuck on one of our AFK stages, so I don't know if my team's going to get completely blown up. But let's show what the Evocation Spell actually looks like. So let's slow it down a little bit here. So you'll see here, watch the timer. We all have shields now 3 seconds into the battle, which gives a decent chunk of survivability to our team, which for AFK stages, I'm actually kind of a fan of the way this works. 12 seconds after that, let's see if we get to that in this battle. I feel like we should be able to. We get that attack buff you can see on Carolina right there, so it gives some attack and some damage, which is pretty solid. If we continue further in the battle, you should see the vampire fang type thing icon here. If we get to it, let's see if we do. We got cooldown. Oh, they're there. You can see the fangs on over a couple of their head, and then it gives life drain. And you can see just by switching to this artifact, we instantly got a win, whereas previously we were using one of the other ones. And I really do think, for the sake of pushing content, Evocation Spell could potentially be one of the best, because it gives everything that you'd want. Now, I don't think this would be great for like a boss battle necessarily, but AFK battles just are perfect. You need defense at the beginning to get your team running. You then want attack to try to burst them down. If the burst doesn't work, you get life drain to kind of heal your team back up. And then you get haste at the end to try to finish the enemy off. So that is a really cool one. I really love the Evocation Spell. And again, I think Evocation Spell comes at the end of the main story for this first part of season 1, Song of Strife. And then the other one I think is from Duras Trials, which you have to get to like AFK Battle 305. Either way, both of these seem pretty solid. Let's talk about some of the other ones you probably already have unlocked though. So one thing we did get, very much like the non-season version, we have the Lightheal Spell. It does, of course, give really good defenses, 28% to your physical defense and magic defense. It gives attack, vitality, and beyond that, it does heal and protect allies on the battlefield while continuing to buff their physical and magic defense even more. Very solid overall for a defensive artifact. And of course, if you compare it to some of the other ones that are here, it's a pretty solid amount of physical defense and magic defense. Lightheal Spell just seems like a solid one if you're not running like a support hero, or if you're going up against one like the Snow Stomper in Dream Realm. It can be really good if you're going very offensive, no healers, anything like that. It can be solid. It's not like my favorite overall. There are better ones in my opinion, and we're gonna lead up to those towards the end. The other one that's very similar is Stormcaller Spell, in the fact that it has magic and physical defense, vitality, and it has HP instead of attack. So it's very similar as far as the raw stats go, however they are lower. This one says cast a powerful spell at specific times when the battle starts. This one's interesting because it's an AoE one that happens at certain time periods, and it doesn't matter what your team is doing. So it's going to deal magic damage equal to 20% or 27% of your team attack at 10 seconds into the battle. It's then going to do another AoE dealing physical damage equal to 50% attack to all enemies 30 seconds, and then it restores 40% of max HP for all allied heroes and deals true damage to all enemies 50 seconds into the battle, which is, it's interesting. It has like some AoE potential. I personally have not used Stormcaller. If you guys have found a really good scenario or game mode that this is really good in, leave a comment down below. I would love to see what you guys are doing with these artifacts. I've just not really touched this one much because it just feels similar to some of the other ones, just not as good. It's like very generic, but it doesn't focus on one specific thing. Now the next two are some of the best artifacts of the season so far. Crescent Spell is absolutely amazing. Defense, penetration, attack, and HP. This is the one I typically use with my Odie and Alsa type teams because it really benefits you when you have magic damage dealers on the battlefield. It basically conjures a big spirit bomb, and it just keeps building up, that grows as you deal more magic damage throughout the battle. Once you get to a certain percent attack of your team attack, it's going to fire a giant spirit bomb at the enemy side, deal AoE damage, and then also reduce their magic defense. If you're running a magic team, this is kind of a must. It is absolutely amazing, and honestly, it's by far my favorite just because of the Alsa, Aaron, Carolina, Odie. It just synergizes so well with them, and I'll actually show you guys what it looks like, because when I say spirit bomb, it is legitimately a spirit bomb that your character is casting. So let's go over to this. Now watch over my character's head, right where my mouse is hovering. See that little spirit bomb? It starts growing more and more and bigger, and then it will get fired off and do a big AoE when the time comes. Now granted, my team's probably not gonna win this one, so we're not gonna worry about that. It's really good in certain PvE modes where you're going up against bosses, but overall I absolutely love it. The last one is probably one of the best bossing artifacts in the game, and that is the Quickblade Spell. Attack, crit, physical defense, magic defense, and you'll notice it is the best magic and physical defense out of all these artifacts as well. So your team will be tanky, and it'll have very good offensive stats. Beyond that, 4 seconds from the start of battle, you're going to deal physical damage equal to 60% of the team's attack to the foremost front enemy, which of course it works perfect when there's only one enemy, aka the boss, and stuns them for 1 second every 12 seconds. That's not as big of a deal, but it inflicts smite for 6 seconds, reducing the physical defense of the smitten hero by 30%. So this is like a really good Kruger substitute type ability, and it seems really, really good. Now you gotta remember, it's only like what, I think it's like a 50% uptime on this, unless the I don't know if the smite actually, the damage portion only works. I don't remember exactly how it plays out, but I do know that physical defense is usually one of the best bossing versions, and on top of that, like I said, the raw stats you're getting from it are absolutely amazing. So let me know what you guys think about these artifacts. Honestly, like I said, Evocation Spell I really like for AFK pushing. You saw how easy we beat that stage we were stuck on. We were previously using Crescent Spell. Instead, we go to something more defensive / offensive, and we get a really, really good result. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. You guys will unlock these eventually as well, and there are more to come, but these are further down in the season, and we're gonna have to see how these two play out much later on. Until then, hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time.